Back in September 2020, we sold our house in the UK, then moved to Normandy in France, where we bought an ancient French farmhouse with various outbuildings, including an old barn, a small cottage with 2 woodlands, and 3.5 acres of pastured land in a beautiful national park area. Follow us on our journey as Budo and I renovate the farmhouse, manage our land, and take on many projects for you to enjoy. Let the fun begin. Bonjour everyone, hope you've had a good week.
Hello, welcome to Caravan Corner. So, first of all, we're going to talk about the videos going forwards. We're going to be starting to make other gardening videos, and folks have asked us, you know, how's the garden coming along, and you know, is it what we're doing in there basically. So we're going to now do some gardening, more of the gardening. We're just prepping the land ready for the autumn and then going into winter, and we'll just talk about what we can grow now going through the winter, or get in the ground ready for spring when it pops up, like, you know. Yeah.
I've been preparing one of the, well, we've done it together, preparing one of the bays for growing.
Yeah.
And as you'll see, I've been planting some garlics. I've done some Provence garlics and also white garlics. And I don't know if whoever has watched our videos, if you haven't, go back and watch the previous videos. We planted a willow hedge down one side, which obviously got overgrown, didn't it? Yeah. With bracken and everything.
Well, that bracken is very fast growing.
Oh, it's crazy.
And it really comes on quick, you know.
Yeah.
It literally creaks through the ground, especially when the sun's up and it's been raining. And say it's been raining and the sun comes up, it just fires away. It's been unmanaged for many years, and it has really taken root here. So we've been spending a lot of time trying to get it out in certain places.
So I've weeded all in between all the willows, and it looks much nicer now, doesn't it? So we're going to be able to keep on top of that.
Yep. And the garden, we've done it in this video is in 2 segments. Okay, it's not the first or the second part, but it's running on, and we're going to give you 2 videos straight away. So you're getting this one, and then you're going to get one Wednesday. So don't forget to put on your reminders,
notification bell. Hit your notification bell.
Yeah.
And while you're doing that, you might as well share all our previous videos if you like, and don't forget to, if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe and tell all your friends as well.
It helps us. I mean, every time we get a like, or you become a what they got, I forgot what it's called now, sorry,
Patron.
No, when they like, share, subscribe. So
Yeah.
when you subscribe, you're joining us, aren't you, technically? So it helps us in the analytics, and we can start to grow as a channel. Some of the reasons we're doing the gardening, we just want to quickly talk about that as well, is in the way things are today. You know, everyone's feeling the pinch. I mean, energy's going up, food is getting expensive, you know, everything, your water bills, your gas, electric, energy, fuel that goes in your car, everything is always going up, and it always seems to be the way. Nothing never comes down.
No.
And therefore it's only going to get harder and harder for lots of people. And I feel that if we can show you what we're doing and how we're trying to get compromise with this situation, and you know, we're going to grow food, we're going to have poultry, we're going to have our own eggs and chickens and all the things, you know, like guinea fowl, some geese, ducks, all that's coming, hopefully pigs, and so on and so forth, which we've had all in the past in our life in England, which we've practiced with. But if we could show you on the videos how we survive and how we use this stuff, and bring our food bills right down, and keep sustainability,
it might inspire others.
It will hopefully inspire some of you to take little snippets of this and do it. I mean, we're doing water catchment eventually, and we will become sort of self-sufficient homesteaders, which we are really in a way, aren't we?
Yes,
but
we are.
We've got the renovation in the way at the moment, so we've got to keep going with this.
We're trying to balance the two, aren't we?
Balance
do a bit of everything. And
so we'll start to show you things like, you know, what seeds we'll grow per month. I've got some here just to show you quickly. So, you know, we'll have our seed packets like this, and we'll talk about them, you know, as we're planting them. Like these ones are all you can plant in October, so I'll just quickly briefly go through them for you. So we've got radishes. And then we'll have things like rocket,
which I absolutely
which is your
love.
leafy greens. Spinach, which is my favourite.
Our favourite.
Our favourite then. Pak chow, or
do they
bok
call
chow,
it
or pak chow, bok chow.
That's lovely.
Your spring onions and your normal onions and that. Which Tracy has mentioned yet about what we've planted.
The garlics. I've done the Provence garlics and bay, because we've got 18 bays in one row.
Bays are between the hoops.
Yeah.
You'll see that in the video anyway.
We're going to actually have 8 of them, aren't we? So as we go along through the seasons, we'll be planting whatever we can, and then bringing on things in the house, seedlings and things like that. But that's all to come, isn't it?
Yeah,
There's
it's all
so
to come.
much to come.
And we do definitely want to move into the self-sustainability, the you know, homesteading and self-sufficiency, and all the things we can do to make our lives more enjoyable, more cheaper, frugal, if you like, a little bit. Like the frugal queen says.
Yeah,
you know,
she's really good.
She's got some good ideas as well.
Yeah.
And it is about a way of living, you know, not too big a high expectations of things. And how we manage the weeds. We're going to be managing the weeds in a certain way. And I'll just quickly go over that as well now.
Yeah.
We were going to manage the weed by covering them. Yeah. So you've seen us in the past where we put the cardboard down, or lime first and then the cardboard, and that's a one-off go. Bang, that's it. Then you start to build your compost up and go on. You can watch Downing, Charles Downing, one of his on YouTube. He's well known, and he's sort of the innovator of it, I suppose, in a lot of ways. And he explains it very well. But also we're going to manage the weeds by putting on bashes. In France they call them a bash. In England or America we call them tarps. They're designed for the agricultural industry, and you lay them on the ground and you keep them on there for a period of time, and it kills all the weeds, kills anything that's trying to grow through it. It comes up, can't get through, and it dies, and it creates a fresh bed for you to till lightly and start your no-grow system. No dig system. Okay.
Make sure you do a no dig, not the no grow.
Yeah, I keep saying no grow
because you won't be self-sufficient.
But that's that basically, and then this video will run into Wednesday's video in a bit. You'll see the completion of what we're doing in this video basically. And
then that is our aim, to try and get 2 videos out a week. So one video will be renovation, one video will be gardening. Not all of you
or your main video renovation.
Main video will be renovation, but you know, some of you might not want to watch the gardening, some of you might want to watch gardening but not want to watch the renovation. So I think
it'd be worth watching, because
definitely
if you're in this world today, it's going to be good to know. And I know there's a lot of people doing this on YouTube, but it'd be good to know how other people do things and how they manage their lives in way of growing food and keeping it. It's back to going to the old ways, but we've got so much more we can give in today's day. You know, we've got
than what they had
to help
in the
us.
Old days,
you know, with the tarps and certain things. So it's gonna be really enjoyable. I can't wait for it to go forwards.
Well, at the end of the day, in the future, we want to be eating our own chickens. We want layers. We want to have eaters. Same if we get pigs.
Like we used to do.
We want to do the same.
I learned to butcher these pigs after they've been culled professionally, and you know, I learned how to do the butchery cuts and that. Sausages. I don't remember it all, but I do sort of remember it. And then we made our own sausages, salamis, chorizos, hanging hams, and in a shed. And we used to hang our chorizos up in an apple tree in a cage to get them aerated. You know, there's loads of things we got into.
That was lovely.
And their food was beautiful, and it was all our own, and we grew it and took it ourselves. Most people eat meat, and you know, meat is good for humans. We're meant to have it as well as vegetables. And you know, it's a good sort of balanced diet we should all be at. And if you know where your meat, how you grow your meat, and how you dispatch your meat, and then you process that meat for yourselves, it makes the whole journey complete. And I think we're nearly there.
And also, I just wanted to say, if you want to be part of our journey, just go along and check out our Patreon page.
Yeah.
You know,
If you want to support our channel,
you'll have updates of things that are coming on. At the moment, we haven't been able to do live chats, have we?
No.
But that's something we're trying to do. Obviously, it's for
we're chasing up for internet better.
internet.
At the moment, we have to drive 4 miles away or whatever it is, and then go and upload in a friend's house, which they've asked us to come and do. We're not. They want us to. They're helping us. We're really grateful for that. But I just want to say one other thing is there's been a couple of people ask about the cottage as well. Now we've come to a dilemma with the cottage, because when we tried to get the electric company to put on the electrics there, we've got a generator and it's working, but it's not enough to give us all the light we need and all the machinery, hand tools and electric tools we need to use. It's too small really. So they have come and checked, but there's a problem on the external of the electrics coming into the property, because on that property it comes from the under the ground, where this one it comes over the top, right? So we've got it's in their hands at the moment until they come back to us and say they've done the repairs in the road and they've done blah blah blah. We won't know when we can start the cottage, because we want to incorporate that into our renovation side of the farmhouse, if you like, and that as well. So we was going to do this, and then once every couple of weeks do the bit of the cottage as well. So so we'll have to hold fire on that one while we're waiting for them to get the electric sorted out for us there, and then we can go in there.
Won't we?
Well, we'll keep you updated on that one. But really, this is about these couple of videos. I'm sure you're going to enjoy them. Just have a look, watch them, and see what you get out of it for the gardening side of things. And I know there's a lot of people out love gardening, self-sufficiency, homesteading. We're moving into that fully, and them sort of people will come across and join us, I'm sure, and start to throw their ideas at us and give us help as well in their knowledge, because all pooled knowledge is how we go forwards as a human society,
And the pumpkin soup recipe, that will be in next week's video.
Yeah, we're going to try and do it this week, but we got so busy in the gardens. Anyway, guys, this is going on again. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the videos. Please send all your comments to us. Tell us what you think and how you feel about it all, and we take everything on board. And
any suggestions you have or whatever, just let us know. Have a good weekend. Au revoir.
Bye bye. Good morning, folks. Just thought I've just been having a little look at this ivy, wall ivy of some sort. But all them little round balls, they're all little flowers they are on there. But yesterday that was heaving with bees and things. Anyway, it's looking really cloudy and a bit gloomy today, but it's quite mild, which is nice. But I'll tell you what I'm up to today. So I'm filling these sandbags here with some sand, and I'm making them so they're easy to pick up with one hand, for me anyway. And what I'm doing that for is on the field we're going to be doing a bit of gardening, so we're going to be putting down a big cover, like an agricultural cover, but they call it a bash here, and you lay it on the ground and it keeps the weeds suppressed, and you keep it there for a few months while it's so it stops anything growing up. So we'll be going up there, heading up on the field in a bit, show you that. We were doing that today, and we'll be using the sandbags to hold it down in place, stop the wind blowing it away. We've only got a few, but hopefully I can get some more in the next few days. But anyway, we'll see you when we go out in the field. Good morning, everybody.
Bonjour, everyone. Hope you all had a good weekend.
Yeah, I'm here with my partner in crime, Tracy. Anyway, and today we're up in the garden, so we're going to do a bit of gardening today. We're just doing some prepping work and that, really. I'm going to flip you around now and show you what we're up to, okay? So, first things first is this cover, which in France they call a bâche. It's a ground cover, okay. We've had this on 2 rows. Underneath here is 2 rows of the beds we made up in the summer, and I kept them covered to keep the weeds off. The rest of the ground here, I've been using the prong cultivator on the back of the tractor and just pulling it through steady over a few weeks, every now and then, just when I got the tractor up here, and it's pulled all that bracken out, and it's just left now there's little bits of grass growing. So we're going to kill that grass off, because we've got a giant bash here. If you just step out of the way a minute, Trey. So it's this one here, this long one, okay, this is 20 metres long, and 16 or 18, I can't remember now, I think it was 18 maybe, 16 or 18 metres wide. We've got to unfold it 5 or 6 times to get it to, I think it was, yeah. So that should cover the whole of this area, and we're going to use that through the winter to keep this ground, all the grass and all the weeds killed off. And then as we go through the winter, slowly we'll start to build the beds here and build them up and go along, because we haven't done no work up here really, because we've been so busy with making compost or doing house renovations, pointing or making joinery. You know, I've been doing a lot of joinery and that. So Trace, you want to go the other end of that sheet for us, love?
Yeah.
And we'll pull this back and see if it's kept the weeds off. So I've just literally moved all the bricks off of it we had over here. Was keeping it down, and there's a little stash of cardboard over there that's going to go down for the no dig beds. Yeah, grab that end. We'll pull it back. We're going to just show you as we go. Yeah, it's kept it off, hasn't it? There's a few in the middle path I can see yet. So lay that down there, Trey. Just leave that there. So yeah, there's a few little bits grown. Here, and a couple up there, trying to get through. So we'll dig them out now, and just, you know, hook them out with a thing. They're the last of the bracken that we never got the tractor over. So I put these down a little bit too early. I should have done the tractor work there really and pulled them out a bit more, but we'll live with it for now. Reason we've opened it is, where's the garlics? Tracy's going to grab the garlics. We're going to plant in garlics for the winter ones, for this October now. So we get them in before the real frosts come. We haven't had a frost yet as such. It's been a bit cold one morning, that's all. It was about 1 degree or whatever. So we'll show you the garlics. So we're going to have a bed of garlics all the way through here. I'm going to put a little hoop tunnel over here, which is this one. I'm going to put a little hoop tunnel, cover it in a green mesh, and then leave that through the winter. And there's our garlics.
These are ones we'll be planting.
Yep, these are all the ones we grew last year. You saw us put them in. Look at them, lovely big cloves, all separated. There's a trick to that. Now, I'll explain to you what I know and what I understand. Not that I'm an expert on gardening, because I ain't, definitely. But what I do know is a lot of people say that if you don't freeze or make these cold, very cold, before they go in the ground, they don't break into cloves. They become out as one solid ball, and I think some garlics do that, but these are more sort of a European garlic, like a Provence garlic, as you can see, there's that purpley colour. And what they do is they can grow through the summer as well. You can plant them in early spring and things like that, and they still will separate without making them cold through that year. What we was told to do, or a long time ago I was told to do by a fella, an old boy in England, he said whenever you have garlic in a summer plant, he said always soak them in water for 24 hours and then plant them, and then when they sprout, the heads come out, keep watering them for about 2 to 3 weeks, giving them a lot of water, and then let them just get off on their own. In the winter ones, we put them in about this deep, and then we just wait for the heads to come up. They might come up now in the next few weeks, and then once the frost comes, you know, they'll just stay at their low growing pace, and then eventually, once the warmer weather gets up again, they'll start to pick up, because here we're slightly warmer than the UK. Yeah, so quite mild, it's very muggy today. Yeah, mildly muggy. But you'll find that these the garlics will grow off quicker here than they would in England, I suppose, because we're always like 2 or 3 weeks ahead of them in the south of England.
The earlies we did, didn't
we?
Yeah,
we did.
Grew lovely, but these are perfect for cooking.
Yeah, so these are our garlics we grew last year. They come out lovely, all dried. I've just separated a load of them. Anyway, guys, so we're also quick thing on what you're doing there. What you're doing there, Trace? This is our willow hedge, remember? And we're going to
come and have a look.
Yeah.
How dense they are already. When did we plant them?
I don't know. I can't remember now. Yeah, it was earlier in summer, wasn't it?
I'm going to clear all this today, all the bracken, but look at them, look.
Yeah, they've really got off. If you go down in there, you can actually see, because there's not so much bracken around them. I was looking at them the other day. This one here, yeah.
That looks so healthy.
So look at this. This was put in a stick a few months ago with just a little bit on top, so it would have been a bit like that, and it would have had a couple of bits on top. But look at it now, and they're all like that in there. And here, look. And here as well, they got off well on the end. So They're really going to grow now. Next year they'll really go off. But Tracy's gonna, you're gonna what? Tracy's gonna get this.
I'm gonna weed all of this in between, get rid of all the bracken, and I'm gonna pull this membrane up, cut this all out.
Yeah, get that membrane out. It's rubbish, isn't it?
Put another one, lay it down.
It's only what we had, and we just threw it down. But if you look, this willow is out competing the bracken, which is a horrendously quick growing plant. But look at how thick that is. Wow, look at there, Trace. I don't know if you can see down here, guys. Look how thick that is. It's just thicker than my thumb now.
Lovely.
Wow, that's a strong plant now. Lovely.
Be a good windbreaker as well.
So we make a nice windbreak there. And willow, and we can get all our willow cuttings off there for the future. A little bit skanky here, weren't they?
Yeah.
We noticed.
I wonder if that may be Bucky. I don't know.
Oh yeah, because we had the dog peeing on here a couple of times, didn't we? We told him off. Yeah. So we reckon one or two of these will be. We've got some extras. Yeah. This one is definitely dead. Has had it, and it'll probably come out the ground very easy. Look, so that's dead. These are growing, but they're not vigorous as them ones. So we'll get a couple extra in there. And there's one other thing I want to quickly show you. Was here. This here. Oh, there's a little thorn there and a thorn there. This is a black thorn. So there's your sloes again. Going to grow off that. So we're going to leave that in this hedge.
It will grow into the hedge.
Tracy's going to leave that one in. And that's one here as well. And we can show you some of the sloes on here. There's not very many, but there's loads on the other trees.
It's the tree over there. If you walk down, that is covered in sloes.
Well, I suppose they will be interested. Let me show them. I'm going to just turn you off and I'm going to walk down there, show you the sloes there, and then we'll give you some more video of what we're doing here today. So we're here at the one of the blackthorn trees, sloes. Look what it's got. This is what we got on there. These.
Beautiful colour.
Beautiful. And look at them on the tree. So I don't know if you can see them at all, but the tree's like a Christmas tree, full of them. Same with the other ones down the end of the farm.
Yep. So we're going to have an abundance, I think.
So we don't need all this at all. No. We don't need. I'm just going to go around this tree, but you can see, look, there's a ton of them there. Look. But we ain't going to need all these, because we only need a few for a couple of jars of gin and maybe some jam. Yeah. And that's it. But leave the rest for the birds.
Chloe will be happy. Our daughter, she loves gin.
She loves a bit of gin with the slow gin. Anyway, on these, I don't know if you've ever come across these wherever you are in your countries or whatever, and put them in your mouth and bite into them. Oh my God, they just instantly dry your mouth out. You have a pip in them as well. But anyway, I thought you might be interested in that, guys. What do you reckon, Trace?
Yes, I'm sure they will. I think I'm going to have a go at slow jam as well.
Yep, that'd be nice.
Definitely.
Yeah, I've had that before. It is nice.
We love our jam.
Look at this. Look at this view of the house from here. Look, a little bit different, isn't it? See?
Chimney's done.
You don't get that view, but look at it. It's set. It's like it's set down in the ground, and the forest runs away. It's so beautiful.
It's like it's set in a valley.
Yeah, it is. Well, we are in a valley, really, aren't we? So
beautiful.
Anyway, folks, we'll get on with some gardening because we're romanticising here.
Bye bye.
Bye. Hi, folks. This is going to be a bit of a funny minute, right? So, Tracy can't remember what sloes taste like, so I said to her, "We're going to watch you have a sloe now." I had one yesterday.
Here we go.
They're not that bad.
Ready?
They're quite nice, actually.
Oh.
Dried your mouth out. Anyway.
Words cannot explain.
Dry. Okay. Okay, folks, so what we're going to do here is this bed here, we're going to put another topping of compost on there, because this one we're going to plant the garlics in and put the little tunnel over through here. These beds are nearly 50 foot long. This bed here, which both of these have been under the bash or the tarp, and this one we're going to cover back up again. I'm not going to put a topping on it yet until we start to use it. We'll start to fold back through the winter where we want to plant things, if we can. All right, so this one's that. This side, Tracy's going to weed all this off, bring these so these can get more growth, more light, and these willows before they start to go yellow where they are, but the leaves will drop off, but the roots will still grow. Get that hedge sorted out, and a little one in the future is we're going to be putting a fence in all the way around this area with the gates over there or maybe over there, we're not sure yet. There'll be gates to come in and this area will be segregated away from all the animals that come over, because we get a lot of deer, lots of fox, French fox, and boar. We get the odd boar as well coming through over the back here, and they go off into the woodlands looking for nuts and things, you know. Anyway guys, that's it.
Budo,
Oh, yeah?
would you like to explain to our YouTube subscribers what you are doing?
Right, so I'm making a a tunnel for a netting to protect our garlics through the winter. Okay, and all I've done is I've used these metal spikes. They're just square 10mm by 10mm long bar that I've cut up. I've got tons of this stuff, so I use it. It lasts in the ground for a long time as well. I set the centres between these, be a metre 200 roughly, whatever what you're setting at. Little tap in like that. Push the pull the pipe on. This is water pipe, plastic water pipe from the UK that I came over with all my garden stuff.
Fantastic.
Or our garden stuff. So I had it all in a big roll. So
this is what we used, didn't we, in the UK?
We used this in the UK as well. And then all I do is put it on there like that. Now I've done it, I'll go around the whole lot and I'll just give them a little push in all the way along, like this. Pushing them down, I'll go all the way through, all the way back up again, and that's our little tunnel made.
Fantastic.
It's looking good, isn't it?
So this is the start of our winter planting,
yeah,
isn't
winter
it?
plant. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to now rake again in between, just to level it down a little bit, because we want it to sink down a tad, get it all nice and even. And then if you look, I might be able to show you guys, maybe not, maybe let's just move this over, but you can see how nice and straight that is down there. Okay, just working with lines, string lines, setting up your garden. If you're going to do it, you might as well do it right. Just put a straight line down, keep everything nice and neat. I know a lot of gardeners don't bother, and they don't care, they just want to get the food growing, and I completely understand that, but I'm a bit of a what do they call it, Trace?
Perfectionist.
No, not perfectionist, I wouldn't say that. I like to,
no, if you're going to do it, you like to do it
right.
properly.
And
Yeah.
I like working with straight lines, because I'm a carpenter and joiner. I like working with straight lines, so I like to keep everything nice and straight. But that will be the bed, so that will be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, going all the way across this field. We'll film you again in a minute when we're covering it over with a bash. We're going to cover over all this area with the big sheet over there. It's all folded up at the moment. We're going to fold it all the way across, weigh it down. Tracy's going to get the garlics in today.
Yes, I am.
And
planting them.
we're away. We're growing again. I'm glad we're back in the garden again, aren't you?
Yes, it's having the time, isn't it? We've just had so much
Well,
to do. And
family over, things have been going on, and everything we've said. But anyway, look at Tracy's done now. She's really got this lovely and tidy down here.
you can't see on the other side.
Yeah, but she's making it nice and tight. She's just going to give it a light rake off. A couple of new plants are going to go in, which we've got in a bucket. And that hedge is growing lovely. I'll give that a trim in the spring. Take some of them nice branches off, and then just contain it, keep it tight. But hope you lot are going to enjoy this gardening series we're going to start doing. It will be slowly through the winter, but when the summer comes, spring, we'll start to really push ahead with this and really get food in the ground. And then the big project is the big polytunnel I'm going to be having over here, right through here, which is going to be a great big massive 50 foot, 50 foot, yeah, I think it's 50 foot I'm going to make it up at, yeah. So you'll see all that when it's coming. Okay, Trey, so we're rain stopping play at the moment now. It's getting really thick. The rain up, you can see the sky's gone black and it's pouring now. So we're getting a little bit wet. We don't want to get colds because we've got a renovation to do, so we've got to all look after ourselves at the same time. We've put the bash down, folded it over. It's an old one, got them off a farmer, 4 of them. He said there might be some holes. If it was too drastic, he'd change them over for me, but there's a few, but we're not too fussed about them. The bed's done now, so we've cleaned the path up. Tracy's cleaned the hedge up lovely. You can see this black gold we've made through the summer, all down now. Hoop tunnel's ready, so if the rain stops later, Tracy's going to come up and do some garlic planting along this whole bed. This whole bed's going to be garlic. We eat a lot of garlic.
It's nice to walk down here as well.
It is, isn't it, Trace?
I'm going to get these other 2 planted.
So let's have a high five, sweetheart. Well done today. You worked hard.
Cut the rosy lead now.
See the compost over there? I've been using that today to put down on here. So we're going to have a nice cup of tea, sit indoors, just dry ourselves off. Like I say, whenever you do this sort of work and you're in a renovation and you know you're valuable, you have to keep going. It's important not to just stay out and be stupid in the rain and get soaking wet and get colds and coughs. We don't need that. We've had the COVID twice, so we don't want that anymore.
Nice though, don't it? Lovely and tidy now, the hedge and everything.
Yeah, I'm really pleased. I'm glad we got this done today, Trace. It's really made me feel like we're pushing forward again on the garden, because the garden, I was feeling it was going behind a bit. But
we started
anyway, folks,
didn't we?
you don't get anything finished unless you put a bit of hard work in, and there you go. It don't look like a lot, but it's been a bit of hard work.
Hi folks, good news. The sun's decided to come back out, so we can get on with planting our garlic.
Yeah.
As you can see, we've already done the holes, pre-done the holes. We have 5 holes in a row, and they're roughly about 7 to 8 inches apart. You can plant garlics up to 12 inches, but we found that this always works for us in the past. And this is one Budo made earlier. It's like Blue Peter. This is our homemade dibber, and all you do is, once you've made the holes, you just push it in and twist it. As simple as that. So what I'm going to do is start planting the garlics, and it's very important that the tip is facing upwards.
Yep.
You don't want to be planting them
backwards.
That way. Okay. Oh, let me get that again. So what I'm going to do now is push the garlic in, just pinch it, cover it with soil. And I'm just going to repeat this. Push it in, pinch it, cover it with soil, and just carry on. Can you see that okay?
Yeah, saw that.
Let me come this way. Push it in, cover it with soil. The soil has actually had a watering from the rain, hasn't it? But what we're going to do is, once we plant all the garlics, we'll actually give it another water, won't we?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to put the last.
We'll soak them in, won't we?
Yeah, soak them in. It's so straightforward, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where's the...
Surprising, you get so many lines in between this metre 20 or whatever it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, nearly 6 lines of 5. It's 30 garlics in that little area, if you like, and each one, so you sort of can judge it 30, 60, 90, blah blah blah, and all the way down. I don't think we've got enough garlics to do all the way down. We've only got probably a third of the way or half the way at the moment.
But think of all the garlics we did get
the
in the earlies. We did get a lot of garlics, didn't we? I just wanted to show them the little contraption you made behind you.
The measuring out stick. So I knocked up this little stick. I'll just get it, hang on. Bit Heath Robinson.
Well, me told it.
But
it's
basically it's an old pole with the legs, the 2 solid arms. Okay, so I've set them out at that distance. There's a screw on each side, just screw them in, and then the whole width of this pole is the width between the blue water pipes, and you just put it in, start the first one, you push it down, and then you go into the next hole, and it just marks them out for you. But it's a bit tedious. I don't know if that's going to work, because the dibber, if you judge it with your eye, you can get it anyway. So
it
might now become another dibber.
Yeah, but it worked, didn't it?
It worked for now, yeah. So Tracy's busy away popping them in, getting the garlics ready, and we will be. Cool, that sun's bright now, isn't it? Beautiful, isn't it? Amazing. Look, it's all soaking wet, and now it's bright sunshine. Anyway, so we're
I'm going to just carry on now planting all the
planting them up, and then I'll go and get the green fleece at some stage. It'll be in the next few days actually, because don't need it on straight away. No. And we'll get that covered. But it's starting to look nice, starting to look like a garden. Looks lovely in the sunshine now, doesn't it?
Look how nice and tidy it all looks as well. Yeah. Just this little bit here.
All we got to do is keep the paths weeded until we can get enough wood chip, big chips of wood from a forestry, and we can fill them in, them paths all the way along, and we'll have wood chip paths and that.
Because that's what we did. Do you remember back in the UK we had the wood? Well, it was,
yeah, it's worked really well, didn't it? It worked really well. Right, guys, that's enough for this one. Thank you for watching.